Hello everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to another hype video for the competitions that are happening at Revision Demo Party, happening 7 to 10 of April in Saarbrücken in Germany. I'm going there, hope to meet you there as well. Biggest demo party event of the year for the demo scene. And I wanted to make this series of videos talking about the different competitions that happen there. This video in particular is about the Real Wild competition, which is the competition in the demo parties that have anything can go and anything goes. Anything that doesn't fit on the other categories. So a demo for a specific platform that isn't really fit into the other ones. If there is no combined demo compo, if there's a specific size limited production, doesn't fit on the other competitions. Music discs, sometimes even animations or videos. All sorts of different things. You will see what I mean in a little while. So bottom line, the rules for the Real Wild competition are very basic. Anything that you can get a demo to run on, and the definition of demo can be a bit flexible. No size limit. Usually you have a video recording of the stuff. If it's on a specific hardware, you're also supposed to submit the binary so people can actually play it if they have the same hardware as well. Maximum showing time of 8 minutes, and preferably expecting to receive the video recording in 1080p. Digital entry, blah, blah, blah. You can check the rest of the small fine print. Let's check out the history of all the different submissions that happened in Revision ever since the first edition of Revision. So in 2011, we had a total of 9 entries. Urwils was disqualified because it was a PowerPoint presentation announcing or suggesting for people to drink more beer. We had a Mirk demo, because in Mirk you can have an extension to do some OpenGL sort of things on it. I think it's OpenGL. So digital sound systems do regular Merc demos, or they used to do regular Merc demos for a lot of Revision demo parties. You will see a lot more Merc demos listed. Music disc by TRSI, MDM's first intro demo for the Mega Drive before Titan made Overdrive and Overdrive 2. Org and George were already doing Mega Drive things under this group name MDM. It's not something overwhelmingly extensive, but it is a Mega Drive demo, and for the time 2011 it was pretty decent. Some things exploring the possibilities of VIC-20, a soundtrack for Sounds of SceneSat. SceneSat's a very famous demo scene radio station, and they release these packs of new music every few years, couple of years, and they had the premiere here at Revision. A demo for the Nintendo DS, a video on a LED wall, and then some custom hardware to do this vector-based video game for custom hardware. So you will see a lot of custom hardwares throughout the years being released at Revision. This one in particular from the Museum of Electronic Games and Art won 2011 Revision Wild competition. In 2012, we had some Amiga videos, Nintendo DS music disc, some singing, which also sometimes happens in the Wild combo. Anything can go. You know, some people have done dance things in the previous years. This time was an interactive singing thingy. Nintendo DS demo, another music disc, Game Boy Advance demo. Some custom hardware things. This one in particular, I'm not entirely sure what it is. It doesn't say any here on the tags. Let's take a look at the list. Oh, it's for the STM32. So it's an ARM-based microcontroller, so pretty cool as well. Let's go back. Actually, you can add this tag here. Real-time updating the quality of Demo Zoo. Only see it here. And okay, so Rave demo from Digital Sound System. So again, for Merc, this time they got fourth place. The Scary demo for the Nintendo GameCube, demo for Java, and the custom demo by LFD, also for a custom chip. I think this was the one that was used for the refrigerator. Not entirely sure. Let's take a look at the info file. Oh, it doesn't have info file here. Does it have the info file at Puet? Yes, it does. Demo for the Commodore 1 extender board. Okay, I don't know what that is, but they did the demo for that. So there's always this kind of weird platforms at Real Wide, which makes it interesting because you learn about a lot of old, obscure platforms, and you see what it can be done and accomplished. Sometimes you need a little bit of electronics or computer know-how to really understand how limited a certain thing is. Like if you say that something has a 3 megahertz processing power, for some people that doesn't say anything. For other people it says a lot. So and in terms of memory and those kind of things, so it's often that these videos also always have like a little part of the video explaining what the platform exactly is, the limitations of the platform exactly. So always a lot of cool, interesting things. You can see another example here. I think this one is an Arduino based thing. Music disk for, I guess, what the hell is that? It says Windows, but that can't be Windows because that's a CRT monitor. So now I'm curious. What the hell is this? Info file. Info file. No info file. What about on Puet? Is there an info file on Puet? No info file on Puet. I don't know what it is. It's a mystery by Genesis Project. You have to check it out and figure it out for yourself. This one I do know what it is. It was made for the badge that they have for the CCC, Chaos Computer Club conference. They have these special badges, and they made this specific demo running on those badges, like a filler entry, just 1-2 effects, I think, but really cool. Atari ST demos, because Revision doesn't have an Atari compo, although I guess this sort of fits on the old school demo compo, so I don't know why it wasn't submitted there. Another Merc demo, more custom hardware stuff. I think this one is for an Arduino, and this one I'm not sure anymore, for the STM32. Some more custom hardware stuff. This one for the Adventure Vision. What the hell's an Adventure Vision? I don't know, but it has very limited monochrome thing, which is tinted red, and only seems to show some sort of animations, very small moving. And then the winner was for the PlayStation 2. I remember this one very well. Cruisin' 3 by Abyss, great presentation video as well. Totally deserved winner at Revision 2013. Let's take a look at the next year for 2014. Oh, this year as well. I remember this one. Linux demo, JavaScript demo. This actually in particular was very interesting because it was transcoded transpiler of fourth language, having shaders running on fourth, running on the web, and which feels like magic. And the kicker on top of this is that the fourth compiler linker, whatever it's called, was actually made by a 12-year-old son of, I think it was 12 at the time. He was very young. I'm not sure the exact age, but I saw a video talking about the whole thing, and it was incredible how at a young age people already become obsessed of programming languages and making transpilers of programming languages for things. So this was excellent, and shame it got placed so low. Rave 2, another Merc demo. Music disc by Conspiracy and Stray Bloom. This one's a very good music disc. I don't know why it says Windows, because it's for Commodore 64. I guess it has a Windows GUI, but the sound are SIDS, but they're playing on a Windows GUI. I think that's it. And then the PT1210 got released at this demo party as well, the collaboration between Unstable Label and Kickin Corp, which allows you to DJ with Amigas, basically. You have two Amigas, and you can pitch shift the players of the mods. So you can choose a mod, and you can change the pitch to beat match better between two playing mods. And it took off after this release. A lot of people did a lot of DJ sets using this software in particular, and it really gave a new life to Amiga music overall. And then the winner was 10 Orbite by TRSI, which is a Commodore 64 little intro that was sent into space. They were in contact with this satellite project that was about to send some stuff to space, and they decided that they should have a crack throw there and send a small Commodore board that would play the crack throw in space. The whole video explains the thing somehow, the technical hurdles that they did, and yeah, they won because of that. Then 2015, a lot more entries than usual. You can see some custom hardware stuff here. I think this is for an FPGA. This one was for the STM32, I believe, the P-Mill Stern. Raspberry Pi stuff as well. Stuff for oh, this one was also for Raspberry Pi, but running natively. Well, not natively on the operating system, Linux operating system that has on top of it. Pandora's Cloud was similar, but it even had a network thing on it. So a lot of different stuff. Music disc for the ZX Spectrum, music disc for the Amiga. A custom scanning camera for recordings, for scanning stuff. You can see all sorts of different things being submitted to these compos, which really makes it a lot interesting to check, especially if you're like a computer nerd sort of thing. I like the different aspects of technology and not just focused on specific platform. Demo for GameCube, invitation for Outline, which was also in Merc again. It's from DSS, so I assume that it's Merc. Shed of the Worst for the Game Boy Advanced. This one was, I'm not sure. I see the board there. It looks like an Arduino, but I could be wrong. Let me click and see if there's any info about that. Is it on scene.org? Nope. Don't you love it when people do stuff for an obscure platform and they just talk about the code and not what the platform actually is? They just assume that you know what the hell it is. I'm going to check on Puet just for curiosity's sake. They don't even uploaded the info here. Did anyone say what it is? What's going on here? So it says the limits of the platform, but it doesn't say what the platform actually is. So custom hardware, let's assume that. Commodore 64 Performance by LFT. I think maybe using his modified organ that plays chips, I'm not sure anymore. And then a custom LED wall, well, LED cube apparently, by Panda Cube, and they react to videos as well, so that was quite cool as well. In 2016, a lot less entries. Unicorn, some sewing stuff, animation stuff was also submitted here. Mind you that Revision also has an animation/video competition, but the deadline for that is earlier than for the wild entry. So sometimes you end up with some video animation stuff that didn't make the deadline for the animation video compo, but ends up being submitted on the wild compo instead. I'm not sure if this is an example, but this is what this reminded me of. Then Pastel by Digital Sound Systems, another Merc demo, a video by Bitfellas, 256-byte intro. It's also common to be submitted here because it doesn't get played on the 4K compo. 4K compo is only for PC, Windows, and Linux stuff, so they don't accept DOS intros there. And also we wouldn't be judged properly. 256 bytes and 4K is too much of a difference. And we'll talk more about 256 byte and Revision in a little while. Demo for Game Boy Advanced, tracked music compo. This like, it's a response. They just put a bucket. They put a bucket and they film the response of the waves on the bucket. That's what the entire video is. So yeah, why not? Demo for DOS, which is not very common these days, and some stuff for a huge building. They controlled the lights in the entire F building. And they won because they deserve to. Or like with the landslide, if you check the points here, the difference between the points, total landslide win, and very well deserved. Project Lighthouse, very cool stuff. They're very challenging to set up. 2017, Deadlight, so Windows production, not sure why this is here. Modules, a music disc, more music disc, this time for Amiga. A 3D printer demo, because why not? 256-byte intro, a Commodore live preservation project, I'm not sure what this is. A demo for the browser, and this one should probably be submitted to the PC competition as well, because they also accept JavaScript entries at the PC competition. I don't know why this ended up here, but it is what it is. How to Skin the Rainbow Serpent, another 256-byte intros. And you can start to see a trend here. A lot of 256-byte intros starting to get submitted to Revision Wild Compo. Atari Video Music System was a specific Atari thing, a small obscure platform that's supposed to respond to music. And TRSI started doing some custom ROMs for that to do take full advantage of that platform. It was a very limited platform of some sort. It was almost like sold as a gimmick, from what I understood. And then the winner of 2017's revision was this augmented reality thing. I don't know how to call it. You're supposed to play a traditional, I think it's an Amiga game, using real world motorcycles. So they put some sensors on the bike and you have to drive the bike in real world to be playing like you were just playing on the virtual world. Of course, you need a very wide parking space system without any cars parked there to be able to do this safely. But, they did it because they can. Anyways, 2018, you will see even more 256-byte intros. And this was the last year that a lot of people in the size coding community have been advocating for 256-byte intro competition at Revision, because a lot of other demo parties had that category in Revision. The main demo scene competition demo party did not. So a lot of people were asking for it, and the orgas were like, no, we already have too many competitions, submit it to the Wild Compo. If you have, and finally they said, if you have 5 entries on this year's Wild competition of this specific category, we'll create a specific category for you for next year for you to compete exclusively on. This was a call for projects, and a lot of people submitted 256 bytes this year specifically just to meet that call of that we want a 256 byte intro compo. Also a 512 byte, which is also a very common format on size coding. Compo filler here, I think this is for Merc, could also be for JavaScript. Let's take a look real quick. Merc, yeah, I'm correct. So I think this is DSS, but with another name, just doing a compo filler. Gothic Soundboard, they submitted a soundboard, 512-byte intro. The invitation for outline, which I'm not sure why it's for DOS, that's why it's submitted here. More 256-byte intro stuff. Mobile, this one's particular is for the iOS, for the iPhone. Also gets submitted here. Anything in mobile categories. TIC80 demos, any fantasy stuff also ends up being here. And in 2018, fantasy consoles in the demo scene were not very trending. Forsaken was one of the groups that started doing more demo scene oriented stuff on the TIC80 in particular. And when this one came out, I was actually talking with Mentortonic, and I was asking, and he was explaining to me what the hell a TIC80 is. And the only reference that I had relating to that was the Pico 8. And I told him, oh, so it's a Pico 8. And he says, no, it's a different one. It's a TIC80. I'm like, okay. So yeah. Interesting to see that being released as well. More stuff. Video, which I'm not sure what it is because I didn't check before preparing the video. Amiga PPG demo, more 256-byte demo intros. Demo for Scratch, which is also a very interesting platform to do demos in. And there are, I think, at least half a dozen Scratch demos in the demo scene, probably reaching a dozen if we search properly. So very interesting platform. This one is actually an animation that didn't make it the deadline. A video using sandblasting on a piece of paper, on a piece of granite, because they can. They decided to engrave a logo or a multiple series of logos on rocks and use that as a demo platform. If last year Decadence could use the 3D printer we can do this in the block of stone because it gets engraved forever. And the top winner productions were actually 256 byte intros, Killed by 00256 and Revolver by Elmut. So yeah, this was the last year that Revision did not have a 256 byte intro competition. Next year, they have the PC 256 byte intro competition available. So you stop seeing 256 byte intros getting thrown into the wild compo category. We still see some Super Nintendo, Game Boy Advance stuff. This one I think it's for an FPGA, if I'm not mistaken. More custom hardware things. This looks like a Valve display. Music disc for the MS-DOS handheld console, not sure which one. Let's see if it says here. It's Nintendo Switch. Pico 8 stuff, more custom hardware. I think this is called the game. What the hell? Game board. I think it's a game board. Could be wrong. Could just be a pixel LED screen. Another mobile compo. Pico 8 entry by Matt Current, Trusay DO, which was a very specific, interesting thing. They used valves, transistor valves, to do an analog system replicating the sounds, I think, of the SID chip. So you could play music using those valves, which gave them a very custom sound, very analog sort of sound. And it has very specific characteristics because they take a little time to warm up, and it starts sounding different as the more time that you go into it. So a very interesting project. And then you had Let the Sun Shine in Your Heart, which was a massive LED wall that occupied the entire big screen, and they made the demo for it to showcase it. And they want to use it as not just a flat surface, but also as a curve surface. So yeah, very cool stuff from Vacuum as well. That one, Revision 2019. Then we went on to the online years of Revision. Some art packs being released, which was a first time to see at Revision, but it used to be more common on other demo parties before. Music discs, I'm not sure what this is, but to be from Space, it must be something extremely ridiculous. A browser intro, because Moliv forgot that he could have submitted that to the PC 4K compo. An implementation of Leap Motion on Shader Toy, so you can use the Leap Motion controller and have like a custom plugin that allows you to have those inputs on the Shader Toy, so you can do your Shader Toy effects and affect them with the Leap Motion stuff by Zorg. The Llama Core introduction was amazing. This was hilarious. The concept was a new genre of music called llamacore, which you just pick a random small snippets of sound, throw everything into Winamp's player, hence the llama reference, and you just put it on shuffle mode, and you press play, and you hear a lot of small snippets of, different 2 seconds of different stuff, and it sounds like a different version of, hardcore, breakcore sort of music. And Synesthesia called it llamacore. Commodore 64 demo, stuff for the Arcorn Archimedes, which we hadn't seen that much happening until the 2020-ish, but now a lot of people been doing a lot more stuff for the Acorn Archimedes, which is really cool. Nintendo DS, ESP32 chip. This was made specifically for a new fantasy console, which is pretty much Commodore 64 meets a Pico 8 is the definition that's set on the info file. So you had the limitations of the CPU and the sound chip of the Commodore 64, but you have VGA graphics, and you have 256 by 256 resolution like the Pico 8. So it's a fantasy console that is interesting and more for Commodore 64 people to resonate with, I guess. Tracing Wheel Rays, this Nupo fellow did a special custom hardware way to scan 3D models of things and then reconstruct them in 3D. And the curious thing about this is that he did this in this year, and then a few years later, he actually used this information to make an actual demo. So it's like you see the evolution of things throughout the years. Like now you learn how to do this technology, and now you're going to put it into some, next stage 2.0 of the thing. Music disc for Amiga by Oxygen, and this actually plays Atari music in the Amiga, so emulating the Atari sound. Hardware malfunction, I'm not sure what this kind of hardware is, but it looks like an FPGA of some sort. Let's take a look. It's an Arduino, okay. And then Software World 1, because this was the year of the pandemic, and Pooh Brain rushed into making this virtual world where you could all be still in presence of each other, even though it's like a giant MMO, virtual MMO, but it replicated the e-work entirely, so it was like you were really there, except different. And everybody just loved Software World. It became a big hit, and it went on to be reused on a few other demo parties. They recreated a few other locations and stuff like that. So, a nice little pandemic thing. Something for the Pocket Walker, which is a very limited thing, and they made a small intro for this. More stuff for the Acorn Archimedes. Intros for Linux, Shader Boy, which became an instant meme just for the presentation alone. The Love Byte TIC-80 compo pack by Orbital Decay, putting together like it's a demo pack featuring all the stuff that was released at Love Byte 2021. Pickaway demo, Super Nintendo, TIC-80 byte battle pack, so similar to the Love Byte thing, but instead of being the compo stuff, it was only using what was the effects drawn during the byte jams and byte battles. Amiga Swaptro by TRSI, Pico 8 demo, PlayStation 1 demo, and the winner demo was for this holographic display that uses some mirror trickery to do this pseudo holography, which people really liked. So this was Revision Online 2021. Now moving on to the last year of Revision. Last year, a lot less entries than usual. Was still online, but with the satellites happening on different places, so it felt more. They dropped the online name from the party name even. Video submission, a Game Boy Advanced version of Farian, which is very important to have. Ukrainian dedication intro, custom. This one might be the game thing that I was considering. The game. Oh my God, what's the damn name? Game frame, that's the name. So the other one probably was not, but this one is. Then some custom hardware stuff, which I gonna say is an Arduino, but it's probably an FPGA. It's an FPGA because it's Flux, and Flux is the guy that's been developing the FPGA stuff. So yeah, an FPGA demo, completely based, like doing directly hardware graphics stuff directly from FPGA without like a software layer in between, if my memory is not mistaken. Then the Raspberry Pi Pico intro by Moliv, which had an excellent presentation. I really loved it. It really cracked me up laughing. The intro that I made with Toback as an invitation for both our parties, Inertia and Field Effects, and Tides browser demo that abused the browser elements of going up and down to do a little demo animation with it. So yeah, these were the entries of the previous revisions. Wild Competition. It's a compo that I always find very interesting because I always learn something new and something interesting out of this. I'm more of a software person, not a hardware, so I don't really know all the different, antique hardwares that exist or custom hardwares, new stuff that's showing up. So whenever I see the real wild compo at revision, I always get some new information. It always surprises me, and I completely love it. It's one of my favorite competitions to check and to. I'm gonna try maybe I'm gonna try to do another Tick 80 demo for the wild competition this year. I haven't decided what to do for revision yet. I have a few ideas, but haven't dedicated myself to one. So maybe the wild compo will be one of them, or the main one, because I'm running out of time. Anyways. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you're pumped for the wild compo, because I definitely am. And try to make an entry if you can. Sit revision, everybody. Take care. Have a great day. Take care.